excited to be able to welcome all of you and want to spend today going through the YoungevityGo2 app and specifically, how you'll go about finding content, how you'll go about sharing content, and the different features that are within it. I know that there's this call is dedicated to the groups that are coming in from BenaU and from Jamberry, and we want to make sure that you're aware of this resource that's available to you here within the Youngevity library of resources and different tools that are available to you. You can download the app from both app stores, and you'll log in using the same username and password that you use to access your back office, and that will allow you to log into the app. Upon logging in, this is what it will look like. When you log into the app, you'll be taken here to your home screen. And this is basically a centralized location where you'll find all of your digital assets, everything from different videos, library of different PDFs that are available to you. There's some fantastic product videos that are within here. We also have a sample program from within the platform where you can share the hemp effects sample if you choose. There's some other resources that are in here supporting the sample program. We'll also be highlighting some different social media shareables that you'll have within the platform as well. And then there's some different enrollment links and product links that you can share. And then down here toward the bottom of the library of content, you'll see that there's some different training resources that are available to you, including different podcasts. Also, things that I'll be covering today on the call, you'll be able to come back to this app training section where you can find additional training in regards to the app itself. So let's go now through the process of just maybe highlighting a few what I would call best practices and how you'll use this on a daily basis. I want to first talk through the ability to just how the app functions when it relates to navigating and finding content. You'll notice that there's different banners that are up here at the very top of the app. This is a way that from corporate, we're able to communicate different updates, new features, new product announcements. And so pay attention to these banners that are within the application. And then for those of you that are joining us, we want to make sure if you could mute your line. And then that way we have a clear line here. So go ahead and mute your lines if you could. Thank you so much. And then in addition to these different notifications that are coming in through these banners, we'll also send push notifications. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in your settings area within the app, that your notifications are turned on. So we're going to go down here to settings. We're going to go over here to where notifications are, and just make sure that this notification is turned on, and that will allow you to make sure that you're receiving notifications. But just as importantly, this will also allow you to make sure that you're receiving notifications when you're sharing content from within the app. So what's one of the great resources from this technology is that it'll allow you, or features from this technology is it'll allow you to know when somebody clicks on content and how much of the video that they watch. So now let's dive into the different categories that are within here. One thing that I'll just quickly highlight is within the videos and within any of these categories that are here, as I scroll over, you'll see that there's up to 10 assets within each category. And then I can come over here to where it says see all. And when I click see all, this will now break out all of the videos that are part of the library of content. Now there's literally dozens and dozens of videos that are within here from different events, the great training content. There's some great content that's meant for like first exposure for you to introduce Youngevity or other products that are part of the Youngevity family to other people. And so you'll want to use this filter button that's up at the very top right. This filter button allows you to go through and have basically a list of subcategories that you can find here. And so you'll find that these subcategories are here. And then as you want to go through and select something, so if I select opportunity, that will then show me what videos are related to the business opportunity that I can share. So that's some basic functionality of how it works to navigate and find content. Another thing that I would just quickly highlight is that there is a search filter up here at the very top of the app where you can search, for example, if I wanted to type in a a keyword. So in this case, if I typed in the word Benayou, this will then pull up all of the content that's related to that keyword. So I could come in here, and if I wanted to find, you know, this asset on repair, I can now share this. And one thing that I would just quickly highlight, I also have the ability to favorite these tools that you're using. So if I favorite this, what this will do is this will let me now find my list of favorites that are part of the app, very top of the app up here where the list of favorites are. So because I favorited that, you'll now see the repair document is right there at the very top. And so I would encourage you to familiarize with the different resources that are available to you. If you're finding specific product content that you use a lot, or different videos that you use a lot, make sure that you highlight those here and favorite them to make it easier to find those. Now, let's go through the process of actually sharing a video. So I'm going to go through the process now of sharing this video, and you'll notice that as I select this content, that I have the ability to be able to share it through a variety of share methods. I can also play it. So if you're not familiar with the content, you can go ahead and push the play button, and that'll let you play that video and then familiarize yourself with that asset, and then you can come down here to share it. So you'll notice that there's an email, text, social share, copy link, and download functionality. So you'll notice as I download the asset within the app, if I were to click download right here, what this would do is it would download the video to reside within the application so that it can be viewed offline. So I'm going to give you a couple of use cases when you might download a video, or you might download a PDF, or you might download a podcast. If you are about to board an airplane and you wanted to consume some of this content, a training video on the compensation plan, or a podcast from a doctor, you could download that video or podcast and then play it offline while you're on an airplane. Or if you had downloaded this Betterment video and it was on your device, then you could pass your phone to somebody and they could watch it. I would also encourage you, for those of you that host in-home meetings, you could certainly download the video. And when I click download, that's going to now download. As you can see, it's downloading there. And then that will appear in a download category within the main tools section. And then if you host a meeting and you want to play a video in your home, you'll want to have that downloaded first. You'll come up here to play it, and then that will allow you to not have to worry about that. You'll see the notice of just completed downloading. That's now going to be able to be viewed without the internet, which is a fantastic resource. All of these tools can be downloaded to support that. So as we go through the process now of sharing a video, one of the recommendations that I would encourage you to use is text message. In fact, within the YoungevityGo2 app, 70% of the time an asset is shared, it's done via text message, and close to 70% of the time that an asset is shared, it's done with a video. And so videos are a powerful way for you to be able to share the longevity story with other people, and I'm going to walk you through what that experience would look like right here. So as I go through the process of texting this, I'm going to select text message. This will then allow you to pull up all your contacts that are within your device. I'm going to come back and talk about this in just a minute, but what you'll do is you'll want to search for that contact up here in this under the search field, and I'm going to go through and just send it to myself so you can see what that experience looks like. So what that will do is that'll ask me to define what number I want to send it to within that contact, and then that will allow you to go in and actually share it. So you'll notice that as I share this, it'll allow me to pull up a script here. That's part of each asset will likely have a script associated with it. I can certainly customize this and say, hey, JJ, this is the video I told you I was going to share, and then I can go through and send it. So as I send this, what that will do is the app will tell me that it was successfully shared, and now the text message comes in. So I'm now acting as if I'm the recipient of your prospect or your potential customer that you just shared an asset with. They'll receive the text message and it shows up in this beautiful image, and then they can click on it. When they click on it, what this will do is this will now pull up a presentation player page where I can now view the video. In addition to that, this notification that just came through at the very top of the app is going to notify you immediately upon when that person clicks on the link to view the video, and so that you know when to follow up with that person. In addition to that link, meaning in addition to knowing that they clicked on the video, we're also going to report back to you what percentage of this video they actually watch. So when they come back here and click play, that will again begin to play within the app or within this page. And then as that begins to play, you'll also receive the ability to know and track what amount of that video they watched. In addition, there's additional links down here. If they click on info, this is going to take you to your profile page where they can call you or email you or contact you or follow you on Facebook or Instagram. They can request a sample from you. You can also go through, there's also order and join buttons that are down here. So if I clicked order, what that's going to do is that will just take me, and then there would be an additional notification that will go through, and it'll actually take me inside of the shopping cart. So that additional notification is going to track, hey, did this person went through and actually clicked on the link and engaged in shopping? So we're actually going to track that for you. And now they're right within the shopping cart, and this will carry with it your distributor ID number so that you get credit for this person either signing up or purchasing product from you. So as we go back into the application, that's the simplicity of sharing content and how that works. And I want to also just highlight, there's a very important area of the app that we call the activity feed. It's found down here right in the middle of the application. It's called the feed. So if you'll tap on that feed, what this will do is this will show you a history of all of the shares and views within the application. You can also go back historically. I can go back historically and see, you know, different assets that I've shared. You can see that I shared different assets with Jake. I can see that he clicked on the link. And in this case, I can see that he watched 100% of the video. So there's different notifications that you're going to want to pay attention to. And again, those notifications are going to show up here as long as you share via email or text message. A lot of the leaders within the Youngevity community have also asked about how can I know and share, when I share content through WhatsApp or through Facebook Messenger, how do I know that that individual actually engaged in content? So one way that you can do that is I go back into the application. One way that you can do that is if I go back to my library, this is where all that content is. And at this same video that I shared before, you can click on this copy link feature, and what that copy link feature will do is allow you to now just go share that link, and you can share it outside of the app through like Facebook Messenger or something like that. Now, when you do that, it's a great way to be able to get them to this page here where they can view that asset, but it will not track if they clicked on it and if they watched the video. So one tip that I would share with you is you can generate a link. So I say I shared a post on Facebook, or I just finished a Facebook Live, and I had people engaging and asking me questions about Youngevity, and I needed to send a quick follow-up to them via Facebook Messenger. What you can do is you could actually create that link through a text message. And in this case, if I wanted to create the link and send it to Aaron, for example, I'm going to send it to Aaron, and what this will do is this will now generate that link. And I can literally just copy and paste this. And this link right here is now trackable for this person, Aaron, that I'm going to send this to. So I just cut that, and now I can open up Facebook Messenger, paste it, and now that's a trackable link for that person. And then all of his activity will show up here within the feed. Okay, so that's an important reminder as it relates to sharing assets and how the trackability works within the platform. And that trackability works not only for videos or PDFs, any of the assets that are within this platform, you're able to do that with. Now, one thing that I would just encourage you to remember as you're building the business, we all know that this is a business that's built, you know, by building relationships. We know that that's always important to have as part of the process of sharing Youngevity with others. And so I use a principle, and I teach a principle called high tech, high touch. And you can maximize technology like this. We make it very simple for you to be able to share it. We make it very intelligent so you know when people are clicking on the content. But unless you combine it with the high touch elements that are needed to build the business, you won't be as successful as you would have if you took that high touch approach where you're connecting with somebody before you're sending a video. You're inviting them to take a look, and you're sending them a text message. Then you're following up with that person offline. And so just remember that principle of high tech, high touch as you're using this technology. And you'll find that that will help you along the way. Now, one other thing I want to just quickly highlight when it comes to content. This is an important feature that we call pull to refresh. So the pull to refresh feature is basically where I slide my finger down, and that will now pull, you'll see the pull to refresh prompt. And what that does is as I let go of that, that will now refresh this entire page and pull in any new and updated items that are now available. And so the marketing department is constantly adding to this app, and you'll want to make sure that you're accessing the new items and the new features through that pull to refresh feature. Now, one other thing I want to just quickly highlight is this My Tools category. The My Tools category allows you to be able to create your own videos and embed what we call action links inside of the video itself. So I'm going to show you what that experience is like right now. The very first time you do this, you can create your first video right here within this My Tools category. After you've added your videos, your first videos, you can come up here to the plus sign, and I can click on the plus sign, and now I can add a video here right from my phone. So in this case, you could either record a video right here, like you would as just a selfie, or you can have one that's pre-recorded, and those can show up here. So one thing to keep in mind is these videos need to be 3 minutes or less in order to be able to be used within the platform. So keep them short and concise. Now, I'm going to give a use case of how I would use this. So I've recorded the video already, and now I've pulled it into the app. And I'm going to use this as a follow-up tool, a video for a specific person that I've had lunch with. And we discussed the longevity opportunity, and I'm now following up with them, recommending a pack for them to get started with. And I am also inviting them to join my Facebook group. So as I fast forward in the video, you'll notice that here eventually as I fast forward and progress through the video, I'm now pointing, and I'm suggesting that this person buy a certain pack. So I'm going to come over here where it says buy, and I'm going to add that buy button. And what that does is this now adds this link, and I can click, drag, and drop that to the place in the video where I want them to click. Now I can come down here and add the URL extension, and I can literally just copy and paste a URL from a different website, or there are provided links that are within the platform right here. So if I wanted to add a specific link to a product, I could do that. And so if I wanted to add this link here, I've now got a link that's going to direct that person to buy that product, and it could be a specific product, it could be a pack of products, could be a starter kit, whatever you want. And then now that I've added that link, and this link carries with it your ID number so that you get credit for that person buying that product or joining you, within longevity. Now that I've added that one, I'm gonna click on this arrow here, and this is now going to allow me to add an additional action link. You can see the action links include websites, buy button, call me, email me, or follow me on Facebook, or join a Facebook group. The website functionality is great. You could literally direct them to more information, like, hey, take a look at our amazing company and amazing products. Click on this link right here. There's a video that'll tell you more. So this can kind of be a really personalized approach to sharing content with others and giving them action links within the video. So I've now given them the link that I want them to click on. I'm now going to fast forward in the video to the point where I say, hey, it's great connecting with you. Excited to have you join our team. Here is a Facebook group page that I want you to join. And this is where all of our team communication happens. All of the important announcements, team communication, promotions, new products. So make sure to stay connected to that. And I would have literally just had to add my URL to my Facebook group for that person to add that. After I've done that, I can now save the video, and I can name this follow-up. And I'm just going to pretend like I'm sending it to Mike. So now that I've done that, I can save it, and now that is ready for me to be able to share with Mike, and you can see that that video has now been pulled in here, and I can share it with that person. Now, I would encourage you to use this amazing resource not only for personal one-to-one follow-up, but this would also be a fantastic tool to use with people as you enroll somebody new. You get them involved. You could maybe have a welcome message. Hey, welcome to our team. Here's some information that we want to make sure that you have access to. So you could have more generic videos or personalized videos one-to-one that you plan on sharing with people. Use it for both prospecting and recruiting as well as training purposes. You'll find that tool very helpful. So again, those links, when I share on those, not only are we going to track out down here in the activity feed what amount of the video they watched, but we're also going to track what links within the video they clicked on, and those will be reported to you here within the activity feed. So this is a pretty new feature. We just released that within the last 6 months, and we know that you guys will like using that. It's such a powerful tool. All right, now that we've done that, I want to just quickly talk about the process of sharing through social media and some different features that are part of the social media shareables that are down here. So if I wanted to share an asset, in this case, this is an image, and there's an entire library of images that are in here. And I can go through the process now of sharing this, and I want to tap social to do that. I'm going to tap social, and what this will do is this will now bring up the ability for me to write a unique message. We all know that the more specific you are to creating this in a unique way, you know, this should be real, raw, authentic. You're going to have better success with that. So tell your story up here. Now, if you want to use an example message that's been provided with the image, there is a caption associated right here that you can use. So if I tap this use example message, that's going to populate up here, and now I can use that or build off of that. Now, one of the things you'll have to keep in mind is that as I share this, there's a copy feature that I go to the next step. I can't go to the next step without customizing it. It's going to encourage me. It's going to say, whoops, you've got to modify this message by at least 10% in order to be able to share it. And we do that to make sure that we don't have thousands of longevity distributors sharing the exact same image with the exact same caption. We don't want, you know, you getting thrown in Facebook jail or having the algorithms of Facebook and Instagram not work to your favor. So you have to personalize this. So I can either delete content or I can add to it. So I could personalize it if I want to. So, and I would encourage you to personalize this and make it your own. And then as I go through the process of sharing this, I can now go to the next step, select copy. And this will now take me through Instagram, Facebook, any social media network that I have on my phone is going to pull up right here. So I can select Facebook. What this will now do is it'll pull in the image. All I have to do now is select paste. And then what this will do is there's also, I don't know if you noticed on the previous screen, but there was actually I'm going to go back and just quickly highlight this because it's that important. You'll notice that as I go through the process of sharing this, this will actually let me, it'll notify me that this tool has a link down here in this little piece of it. So if I use the example message, I've customized it. And that little tip that's below me, right there, it says this tool has a link associated with it down here. This link has a link associated with it. So you need to direct your audience to where they can find it. And so we'll be adding additional content to both Benayou and Jamberry products that will serve in this way. And what we'll do here is this is going to now, I'm going to now tell them, like if it was Instagram, I would tell them, hey, this link can be found in my bio. Go to my bio to learn more. Or in this case, I'm sharing it to Facebook. So I could click on this and say, to learn more, see the link in the first comment. The first comment below. So, and then I could add my little emoji, and now I'm ready to share it. So this will now go through and let me share this to Facebook. I'm going to select Facebook, and now I'm going to select paste. And not every image has a link. So not every time you're going to give them a call to action like this to tell them where to find the link. But you are notified by that image that there's a link associated with it. So now I'm going to go through the next step and select next. I can now choose a group that I'm going to share it to. I can have it, you know, it would be adjusted. So this is a great communication channel to your customer base or your team if you want to share it to a group. In this case, I'm going to just share it to my own personal page. And now watch what happens with the link that was associated with the image. So I click share, and now this will tell me that this was successfully shared to Facebook, and now automatically a link was copied to my clipboard so I can now paste it. Then it will tell me now paste this link in the comments of your post. So all I have to do is open up Facebook right here, and it will take me in and I can literally come right to the post that I just shared. I can come down to the comment where I told my audience that it would be found in the comment. And all I have to do is select paste. And now that link associated with this image is now there. So this is great for products. This is leading them towards, to a website where they can learn more about what what this post is about. And so this is a fantastic tool to drive activity to your website. And we've provided you links associated with different products. Like if this was promoting a specific product, like repair, for example, it would allow you to share a link to repair if you wanted to. And there's a reason why we put this in the first comment and not up here in the caption, is because the algorithms of Facebook don't want to send people off of their platform to somewhere else. And so you're going to have better success in putting that link down here in the comments if and when you choose to provide links. And so there's definitely a strategy as to when and how you go about sharing links within Facebook and Instagram. And if you're doing this, especially within communication to your team or group, this is a fantastic resource that you'll find very helpful. All right, with that said, we're now going to go through the process of going back into the application. And I just want to quickly highlight a couple things. We also have within contacts, we also have a variety of features within here I just want to quickly highlight. And one of those is the ability to create a list of both hot and cold contacts by swiping right or left to build a list of people that you are working with. So in those hot leads live up here in the hot folder, and the cold leads live up here. One other thing to keep in mind is that you also will have a this pull to refresh feature here within the app. You'll be asked to sync your contacts either individually or the entire contact list from your phone. But after I've added my contacts here within my device or within the application, in order for me to have access to new people that I've added after I've synced, you have to pull to refresh this section just by dragging the screen down, and that will now pull in any new people that I might have added inside of my contacts on my phone. You can also add contacts by clicking up here on the plus sign, and I can add somebody on the go. So like if I meet an Uber driver, I need to add them. Hey, this person was driving me to the airport and I want to send them some information. You'll want to do that first by just adding that person on the go right there. So this is a very simple platform to use. You'll notice that it's very simple and intuitive in the way that you're navigating and sharing content. Remember that high-tech, high-touch approach to as you're sharing content. Make sure to have those offline conversations, whether before and after you're sharing content with others. That will really, really help you. When it comes to the activity feed, make sure you're spending attention here within the activity feed. I want to just end on talking through within the business section some important links that are part of this part of the app. And these links are related to different resources that are available to you. You can enroll somebody new. Can the recognition announcements. I can sign up for different events and so forth. And so this is also a way that you can access your back office. And so there's a bunch of different links that are part of the business section. So we want to make sure you pay attention to those. One last thing, and then we'll wrap up, is the settings area of this app. And one of the things I want to just focus on, there's 3 different areas I want to just walk you through. The very first time that you actually download and log into the app, you're going to be taken through a series of what we call next steps. And this, the very first time you download the app, you're going to be taken through these steps. There's 4 different steps that are going to basically onboard you into the application. There's a very short welcome to Longevity video, and then you're going to be taken through a few steps right here. So that's a nice way to help your new people as they're getting started. They can familiarize themselves with the application. So that's one thing I want to just make you aware of. After you go through those next steps for the first time, you can come back and access those by clicking here within settings and going to next steps. Now, a couple of other things I want to just quickly highlight. The share setup section is also important that you set up properly. The share setup basically allows you to add your contact information and your photo. Most of this information is going to automatically pull from the back office, but make sure to add your photo right here. That'll help you a lot because this information, including your photo, is visible anytime you share an asset from the app. So make sure to do that. You can also add your social media display links and so forth are also there. One other area is to make sure, again, the notifications are turned on. I talked about this before, but make sure this notification button is turned on. You can also receive additional notifications via email and text message. And then finally, the last resource I wanted to put in here is the support area of the app. And this is going to be a very important part of the app, especially as you guys are getting accustomed to all of the content that's within the platform. If you're not seeing something, and if you want support in any way, whether you want to report a problem or whether you want to request a feature or content, this is a fantastic way for you to be able to provide that information to us. So if there's a video that you want to see, or a PDF, or any resource that you would like to see added to the platform, you could do that by just clicking here. Or if you have questions, or if you have a problem in using the application, you can report those to us by clicking this report a problem. This will create a support ticket. It provides us all the information here that we need to be able to best support you. And so that's a quick and easy way to get to provide us feedback, both on new features or new content, or if you have a problem. So with that said, that's a quick tour through the technology that's available to you. We also have a fantastic sampling program that's available here, where you can send samples out of the Hemp Effects product. So there is some training within the app that you can watch and learn more about that specifically. Also, if you're building the business on a global level, and if you want to have access to those markets, you can click up here under the market selector, and this will allow you to adjust your market to a different market and be able to share content with those individuals that you might be working with outside of the US. So we'll be enhancing and growing those markets over the next few months as you're building your business. Yeah, for those of you that joined late, I'll just quickly highlight that again. So if there's a PDF that you want to favorite, or any content, there's a favorite button within the asset viewer page. So if I click favorite, that's now going to show up here in my favorite section, up here at the very top of the app. So I can see that asset has now been added up here to the top. And so part of using this technology, the goal is to make it simple, to create duplication, but also we know that a lot of you are building this business in the few hours of the week that you can, or your team members are as well. This needs to be quick and effective and efficient. And so we've tried to do that here by a simple way of sharing and a simple way of favoriting the content that you use the most. Customize this. So up here at the very top of the app, there's these two little bars that are there. So I can literally come into here, and if I wanted to turn off a category, so if I wasn't going to use a certain section, I could turn off the sample section, for example, and I can turn those off, or I can adjust them and say, hey, do you know what? I use these product videos all the time. So I'm going to click, drag, and drop. The way you do that is you click on these three little bars that are right here, and I can click, drag, and drop those up to the top. And that allows you to customize the order in which the content appears, and you can turn on and off the different categories that are part of the app. And then click done, and then you'll notice that the product videos are now up at the top of the application.
Yep, and then the only other thing to let them know that we do have the desktop version. So those of you who do like to work on things on your desktop, you can go to YoungevityGo2.com, log in with the same information you logged into the app with, and you'll have a desktop version. We're not going to cover the training in here. However, in the app, there is a section called App Training, and there's some great videos that JJ has provided us already with that are available in the app for you to review and walk through the desktop version as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. The other question I had, Sonia, there's a few people asking and inquiring when additional products will be added, meaning additional assets, videos, PDFs, images will be added into the application. There's a few people just wanting to know on timeline to get additional assets added. Any idea?
Yep, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be adding a bunch of new assets for the Jamberry and the Bennu products. So they will be just appearing. You'll definitely want to do that pull to refresh. I generally do it every day when I open the app. I will pull down to refresh because we're constantly adding items. So in the next, I'd say over the next 2 weeks, you'll see a bunch of new Jamberry and Bennu product shareables and videos added. And then there was a question about, is there a limit to how many assets you can favorite? There is not.
No, there's not. There'll just be up to 10 that'll be displayed on the home page, and then once you get past the 10, there'll be a see all button, and then that see all button would allow you to that's found right here would allow you to see all of the ones that you favorited. We want to thank everybody again for jumping on, and excited to have you guys be a part of Youngevity, and look forward to being able to support you ongoing. So we'll get this video out to you as soon as we can. And anything else, Sonia, before we wrap up?
Nope, just thanks for everybody for attending. And yeah, I know that JJ showed you the feature of how to provide comments. You're welcome to use that as well to get comments or assets that you're particularly looking for through that channel.
Fantastic. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks again. Have a great day. We'll see you.